welcome to Joplin High School. Today we're going to take a quick tour of the school, kind of check out the areas in the building. We're going to start on the PAC. It's the Performing Arts Center, and in this end of the building is considered a hallway. So as we go down the building, each hallway goes, it's just A, B, C, D, E, and then some other areas that we'll explain to you later as they split up. So come on in with us and we'll take a look around. Once inside the PAC area of the building, which I said is A hall, so any of your classes are labeled A1. This is the area where you're going to come. So first, right over here to my right is where you would enter if you needed to go to the auditorium for an event or a play or any program or anything on the theater side. Then on down this hallway over here is where you're going to find our theater classes, our acting, our speech, debate, our choir, our show choir, orchestra, band. All of those classes are located down this hallway. Also down this hallway is one of our tornado safe room areas. So if there's ever a tornado drill or we were in a severe weather situation, this is one of our tornado safe room areas that you would go to. Guys, now we're down in B hall. So the auditorium, we came from A hall and then we headed down towards the main entrance of the high school. So now we're in B hall. This is B1 area. Right here, the classes that might be here are with Mr. Parsons. Their journalism, photography, your spyglass, and yearbook type classes are all located in this classroom. And then on down this hallway, which is also a tornado safe room, are your audio production, your special effects, your film, your TV, broadcasting classes. That's part of JHS, but it's also part of Franklin Tech. So all that is down this hallway here. Then as we go through B hall, if we went up one floor, that's B2. Those are a lot of your art classes. And then if you go up to B3, there's a couple physical science classrooms, some geography classes. So in B hallway, you're going to have B1 on the bottom floor, B2 on the second floor, and B3 on the third floor. Next, we'll head up to the third floor office, and you can see where my office is at and meet our secretary. Okay, so coming all the way up the stairs from B hall to the third floor. Now we're on the third floor, the top floor in this building. This area is getting close to C hall. The first thing you'll see is the freshman and junior office. So inside this room is where we have Ms. Cravens, our secretary. If you ever need anything, if you have questions for me, you can always check in with Ms. Cravens, and she'll get the message to me, and I can help you out if you need anything. Mr. Williams, he's our junior principal. He's also up in this office area. As far as if you ever need a parking pass for a vehicle, I know as freshmen you're probably not driving yet, but some of our older students may be driving. Parking passes can be purchased, and Ms. Cravens will give you that form and give you your parking pass so you can get that taken care of too. Now we've came all the way up 3 flights of stairs to the top floor of the building. We just came from B hall area, so on the third floor. Now we're at C hall because we're heading towards that other end of the building. So C hall is, the top of C hall is where you're going to find the freshman and junior office. Located inside the freshman and junior office is Ms. Cravens, our secretary, Mr. Williams, the junior principal, and my office is on the back. Also, you're going to find Officer Barchak's office. He's our school resource officer, so if you ever need anything from any of us up here, you are welcome to come check in with Ms. Cravens. Ms. Cravens also sells parking passes, so if you happen to drive, you can fill out a form, purchase a parking pass, and she will get you set up with that. Anything else you need up here on the third floor, please feel free to check in with Ms. Cravens, and she'll let any of us know that you're needing something and we can get back with you. Okay, now that we've came down from the third floor at C hall, now we're at C2. So any of your classes C2 area, this is where you'll be. In this area, right over here is going to be your grab and go breakfast in the morning. So if you come in from the bus or you come in the main entrance, your grab and go breakfast is going to be right in this area. As we kind of look over here, our C2 office is located down this hallway towards those windows over there. In the C2 office is going to be your sophomore principal, Mr. Harriman, your senior principal, Mr. Boyd, Officer Biostock from the juvenile office is also located in that office. Secretary there is Miss Hager, so if you have any questions, she's always available to help you as well. At our attendance window, it says, the sign there says tardy office. If you're ever late or anything, you'll check into that attendance window, and Miss Goebel can get you set up to get your school day started. Same thing if you have a note from a doctor or anything, you can give that to Miss Goebel or any of our secretaries as you come in. Also over there, if you're a bus rider, those doors right over there to the right of the attendance window is where you would come in on the bus. Same thing if you're leaving for the day to get on the bus, you can go out that doorway, and that'll get you straight out to the back of the school so that you're able to get on the bus. Now we're here at the main entrance of the high school. So we came downstairs, we started at C3, then we came down to C2, and now we're at the level where any of the room numbers are going to be C1. So if you ever had a pass that said C1, 128 or anything, this is where you would be. So inside the main entrance of the high school, you're going to see where parents are going to sign you in and out if that was necessary. You're also going to see where the main office of the building is with your principal, Dr. G, and then our nurse's office and counseling office is in the back behind the main office area. Okay, so inside the main entrance of the high school, over here to my left is going to be the parent sign-in, our main receptionist. We have Miss Long, Miss Dotson. They can help you and kind of direct you where you may need to go in the building if you're checking in as a visitor, or as a student if you happen to be late or anything, or a parent needs to sign you out. That's where that will happen. Over to the left of them is a hallway. That's where Dr. G's office is, Miss Bythe, the main building secretary, and our finance secretary, Miss Worsler. So if you ever had to pay anything or do anything, you would take care of that in that hallway there. Next, I'll kind of take you down this first hallway. That takes us to our nurse's office area and our counselor's office. So now we've came down this first hallway as you come in the main entrance, and you've came down from C2 stairway. In here is going to be the nurse's office. So if you ever needed medication or you didn't feel good or anything, you'd have to get a pass from your teacher to be able to come to the nurse's office. So you just check in with the nurses and they can help you. And always make sure, I'll give you a little piece of advice, always make sure you get a pass from the nurse to go back to class. That way your teacher knows where you've been. Okay, as we come all the way back to the end of this hallway, you're going to enter the counselor's office area. So inside the counselor's office, Deborah Harriman is the counselor secretary. So if you come here, you need to check in with Ms. Harriman. Over to the left is the registrar, and then also the school safety office. So if you were ever to need anything from any of those two areas, they're located over here. In the back of this area, if you're needing to see a counselor, like I said, you need to check in with Ms. Harriman first. But your counselors, if your last name is A through CR, your counselors are Miss Rich. If your last name starts with CS to HI, it is Miss Bowman. If your last name is HJ to MI, your counselor would be Miss Burrows. And then if your last name is MJ to SH, your counselor is Miss Schroeder. And then towards the end of the alphabet is SI to Z, and that is Miss Hancock. And then if you are involved in A+ or any dual credit options, you would contact Miss Day, and her office is over here. So if you need anything down in this area, I would always ask you to check in with Miss Harriman, and then she'll kind of direct you to where you need to go. Now we've came back up the stairs from C1 up to C2, and now we're here at D2 area. D2 area is kind of a central point in the school. There's a lot of branches that come from this area. So your cafeteria is here, your library is here, your gym's just right over there, and E-Hall's right down the hall with your office. So this is kind of a central point. So kind of always know that if you get lost, when you come by the cafeteria and D hallway, this is kind of a place to get yourself reacquainted with where you're at in the building. Now we made our way over to the gymnasium area. So over here, you might have a health class, you might have a JROTC class. But some people get a little confused, so I just want to kind of clarify. If you have a class that's labeled K or L, it's going to be over here in the gymnasium area. So there's a second floor to the gym. There's some classes, some health classes over there. There's also a class over there in the corner on the bottom floor. So if you have a class that's labeled K1, you'd probably go all the way to that corner, go down the stairs to that classroom. As we kind of go this way, our athletic office is over here to the right, and then on through those doors into Gym 2 is where you're going to have your JROTC classes, and those are labeled L. So if you have a class L and it's JROTC, you're going to go through those doors down there to see that. On the bottom floor of the gymnasium is where the weight room is. So you just go down to the bottom floor of the gym and go to your weight room class there. If you ever need any help over here, there's plenty of coaches, teachers. Always check into the athletic office and ask questions. Everybody's really great around here about helping you out, so feel free to ask for help. So right here back at D2 area, behind me we have the library. If you need a quiet place to read or you need to check out a book, you can go into the library and take care of that. Always make sure you have your ID card with you. They're gonna require that so they can have your student ID number and scan so that you can check out a library book. As we come over here, you're gonna be in the cafeteria area. I know Dr. G made a great video about how the cafeteria procedures are gonna work, so be sure you watch that, because if you're like me, food's really important and we wanna make sure we're not hungry all day, so make sure you watch that video about how the procedures are going to work in the cafeteria. Now we're going to head on over to show you about the tech department. So if you head further down D hallway through the cafeteria, you're going to be right between D and E hallway. That's the tech office. So in the tech office, there's a procedure for you if you have a problem with a Chromebook or something's broken or you're some sort of technology issue. I put out some other videos on how to take care of that with the tech department, but this is where that's located if you ever need anything and you're supposed to come to the tech office. Okay, as we come down the stairs from the cafeteria, it takes us down here to Eagle Alley. Down in this area, some of your classes you might have are going to be classes labeled E1. Sometimes people have trouble finding those, so they're down here in the lower level of the cafeteria, and they're over here to my left. So your E1 classes are over here. Same thing if you have like a foods and nutrition, any of your facts classes are going to be D1. So they're down here as well. So any of your classes with a 1 after it are going to be on the first floor. So these classes down here are D and E 100 type classes. Your lower level of the cafeteria, you've got JoJo's coffee shop, you have the Fizz where they do slushies, snow cone type things. So lots going on down here in the lower level of the cafeteria. So on down in Eagle Alley, as you head on down to the other end of the building, that's where Franklin Technology Center programs are located. So one of the first programs, you go into culinary arts, and then as you go on down, it's nursing. So if you see the sign above me, classes are G, H, and J. So as you go down here, some of your shop classes are down here, some of your engineering, some of your drafting type engineering graphics classes. You've got welding, HVAC, you've got construction, you've got auto collision, auto tech, lots of programs down in this area. I know I didn't name them all, so there's a few more down here. You've also, at the very, very end of the building, that's where your J classes are. If you have an intro to agriculture class, plant science, greenhouse, some of those classes, they're located all the way down at the end of this building. So a great area down here if you're interested in doing some hands-on stuff. Make sure you check out this end of the building. So guys, at the end of our tour, I'm here at the coffee shop. I hope you guys had a good time following us around. It's a big building, and I hope you guys kind of figured out a little bit of the layout of the school and helped you with some of the room numbers. Like always, if you need any help with anything, feel free to find myself, one of the other principals, any teachers in this building. We'll help you figure out where you're going, especially that first day. So as you go through your year, I hope you all have an awesome and fabulous freshman year of high school. Welcome to JHS. We can't be more excited to have you here as part of our family.